there, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you another quick tip. This is for a hand stitch technique called a ladder stitch. Now you can use a ladder stitch to close up any open seam. I actually just repaired this pillow using a ladder stitch over in my Facebook group. So if you'd like to join my Facebook group, I'll leave a link below in the information for this video. But I actually just did a video over there where I had a hole in the side of my pillow here, and I actually used a ladder stitch to close it up. So this technique is good for closing seams or tears in things like pillows or your kid's favorite stuffed animal. Anytime you just need to close a seam and have it hidden. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you how to do a quick ladder stitch. Okay, so to do the ladder stitch, you need a needle, just a sewing needle for hand sewing, and you need a piece of thread. Now I've taken one piece of long thread and I folded it over in half so that it's double thickness. So it's actually two pieces of thread. I just like the security of having it a little extra thick, okay? Now to the end of this you need to put a knot, so you can do it any way you prefer. I like to wrap it around my finger a few times, and then I use my thumb and my finger and I just kind of push, and sometimes I have to pull it from the back here, but I kind of push and roll it up so it kind of rolls the thread. And then I put my other finger over here to just kind of push it down, and as I pull it with this hand and push together, I kind of end up with a knot at the end, okay? So you can do it any way you want. That's just a quick way that I found to get a knot at the end of your thread. But you need a knot at the end of your thread to start, okay? Then you're going to take your piece wherever you have two seams, and hopefully you can see this on this color, and you're going to take your needle and you're going to put it starting from the inside and coming up and out of your fabric, okay? So started on the inside because we're going to have to hide our knot in there in that seam, and I'm coming out. So I pull until my knot is hidden and I can push it down in that seam. Now your knot is hidden, okay? Now, the side of your fabric where your thread came out is your starting point, and you're going to go across to the other side, directly across from there across the seam, and you're going to put your thread back in, and you're going to come out on that same side a couple centimeters, okay? So you have a couple centimeters on your needle, and you're going to pull, and that's your first rung of your ladder. Now you're going to do the same thing. I came out over here on this side. I'm going to go directly across to the other side. I'm going to push it in, and I'm going to try to keep it about the same distance as the last one. Okay, on my needle, pull it. Okay, now I have two rungs. Now I'm going to go directly across the seam on the other side and do the same exact thing. Pick up a little bit of fabric on that side, pull my needle out. Okay, now I've got three rungs. I'm going to do one last one. I'm going to go across one more time to the other side, pick up some fabric, thread it out. Now I've got 4 rungs, and if I pull, you'll see those disappear, and that's what makes this a good stitch for closing a seam. Okay, now I did it white on black so you could still sort of see, but you can see that for the most part, that stitch now is gone and hidden. Now to end your stitch, you're going to go in about the same area where your last stitch was. You're going to go in and come out again, this time just picking up just a little bit of the fabric there. And you want to be kind of towards the middle of your seam. And you're going to pull it till you have a little loop left, okay? And then you're going to thread your needle through that loop. I like to do 2 to 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 times. That just lets it get knotted. And then you're going to pull, 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 pull till it's tight. Okay, now you have a little knot there. Now to get rid of that knot, you're going to kind of go into your fabric. You're going to take your needle and push it into your fabric, kind of right where that needle or that knot was. and you're gonna push through, and you're gonna come out further down on the side of your project. Now you're gonna think, what in the world? I don't want to ruin the side of my project, but watch this. Come out towards the side of your project. You're gonna pull till it's tight. Now you see that knot is gone. And then you have this sticking out, and you say, well, that's gonna stick out of my project, but it won't. If you pull down on your fabric a little bit, get this thread tight. Okay, you're gonna use your pair of scissors, and you're just gonna trim real close to your fabric, but don't snip your fabric. Trim that thread. And because you've had some tension on it, that thread actually gets pulled back into your project, and now you see nothing on that side, and you've got a closed seam. Now, if you look closely at mine, because I used white thread on black, if you pull real hard, you can see. Ooh. But you'll be using a similar color fabric to your, thread to your fabric project, so you won't see it at all. But that is how you close a seam using a ladder stitch. Alright, so I hope that tutorial was helpful, and I hope you can fix some of your pillows or your kids' favorite stuffed animals around your house, or a new stuffed animal that you're making, or something else where you just need to close the seam and have it hidden. So, thanks for joining me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. And like I said, I also have a Facebook group that I've posted below where I show you how I actually fix this specific pillow, and I have other live videos and tips in there as well. Until next time, bye.